So what is the best Medicare Advantage lead out there? I'm going to tell you coming right up. Greetings and salutations. It's David Duford, owner of Duford Insurance Group, where I train and recruit agents nationally to sell things like final expense, Medicare, and annuities, both face-to-face and over the phone. Thank you so much for watching. So the purpose of this video is to tell you what, in my experience, working with Medicare agents for several years now, is the best source of Medicare Advantage leads. And bottom line, the absolute best source that we have experienced the best and biggest growth with, simply put, are Medicare Advantage direct mail leads. Now, why is it the case in 2021 when this was filmed, do direct mail leads work so dang well? Well, I'm going to give you a couple of reasons why, because there's just some elements of direct mail that you, as far as behavior and recall rate, that you simply cannot get to the same extent with other sources of leads that you can purchase, which leads us to the belief of why we want all our Medicare Advantage leads in my agency on a direct mail lead program from the beginning or as quickly as possible. So the first thing is that just direct mail just incorporates a higher shelf life and recall rate. Let me explain why. If you're doing something like you're wasting time on Facebook, you are arguing about politics, and you're getting mad at crap that's online and wasting your valuable life, you probably are going to see eventually some sort of Facebook ad, right? And many times you click on those ads and you fill out the information to request information, then you go back to wasting time arguing about politics. Well, the problem with that is that your intent, your focus was probably on something else for the vast majority of the time on Facebook than it was on the actual ad, which leads a lot of those digital type of ads that have really poor recall rates. And people will forget requesting the information. They did it in kind of this haphazard, lackadaisical way that they weren't very serious. So it didn't have a lot of intention behind it. This is an exact opposite of how direct mail is. You see, when you get direct mail leads, your prospects do, they sit down and think about it. They read it. They talk to their spouse about it. They argue if it's legit or if they need it or if it's a scam. There's a lot of emotion and energy many times that goes into reading these direct mail pieces. And all the while, they could have thrown it away in the garbage like most of their other junk mail. I've got a bunch of junk mail sitting in my garbage over here that I never opened up. So when they actually read the stuff and consider it and then walk it back to the mailbox and send it off, guess what? The intent to that lead is miles more superior, miles more higher intent than what you'll find with a lot of others. So when you as a Medicare Advantage agent call on those leads, the type of interest, the type of recall rate, the type of engagement that you're going to get is absolutely way better than what you're going to experience with a digital lead or something else. I also mentioned a moment ago the shelf life. The thing with direct mail, it's funny that you get is that because there's so much engagement, people more likely are going to be interested longer in following up with you on that particular information they requested on Medicare than they would be using a digital lead. What we find is, and we work all sorts of digital leads. I have a call center and final expense, for example. I have agents that do Medicare, digital leads, Facebook, final expense, Facebook leads, digital leads. If you don't follow up on those leads within a couple of days, those leads probably were picked up by, they probably filled out another form online to request information and likely were already sold. We see this all the time in my organic digital leads where we'll call on somebody a couple of days after they request information. They've already bought. I mean, you have to move fast on those digital leads, and you can't always move fast because you're working through some other batch of leads before you get to these next batches. And it's really frustrating when you had that sale, but because you didn't move fast enough, you didn't get it. Part of the reason it's like that, just in case you're wondering, like a lot of marketing now has moved online, and there's a lot of retargeting of ads that if you click on an ad or read an ad or engage with it on any case, the algorithms in the social media are so intelligent, they understand that a person who's engaged in an ad is displaying a behavior that will likely be predictive of being repeated on a similar type of ad. In other words, what Mark Zuckerberg does is that when you click on a burial insurance ad as a prospect or a Medicare ad as a prospect, you will see another ad similar to that, probably, offering burial insurance or Medicare. In other words, that's why these leads go so fast, because they haven't gotten the information, but they keep seeing these ads, and sometimes they think it's the same ad. Maybe it didn't go through the first time, so they repeat it again. And it's just a giant, frustrating experience for a lot of people who work them because they just don't get the same kind of immediate engagement that they thought if they moved too slow. Direct mail just isn't like this, guys, because people aren't getting the same volume of Medicare Advantage direct mail leads that they're seeing necessarily online. And that just leads to a higher shelf life. They remember reading that unique ad that we send out. They remember filling it out and sending it in. And if you can't get to the lead or something happens they don't pick up, you can get to them many times down the line and they'll remember it. They'll still be interested in it and be more willing to talk to you about it face-to-face or over the phone. Another thing that's nice about direct mail Medicare Advantage leads is our super high book rate. For example, I have an agent, John. He's out of Kansas. He works our direct mail Medicare Advantage lead system. And out of about 50 leads that he purchased, he sets about 35 appointments. The way that our cards for our agency read are absolutely appealing. They hit all the right buttons for the certain target market that we target in Medicare Advantage. And because the recall rate is so high, they remember filling it out. And because of what's put down on those leads, so many people book with us. You're not going to get that kind of booking rate more commonly than not with a Facebook lead or a internet lead, because simply put, guys, they don't recall the data. They're not as engaged because they're more engaged with the social media than they are with that actual lead. And so when you buy an equivalent amount of digital leads, let's say, compared to the direct mail, you're just not going to get as many. Sure, they're less expensive, but a lot of those digital leads don't pick up the phone. They're constantly being barraged with phone calls. They're very hard to get on the phone. You really have to work them super hard. And a lot of them just won't book as much because they don't remember it. They're not as engaged. So that's why we love Medicare Advantage direct mail leads in the DeFord Insurance Group on our Medicare program. And again, how our Medicare Advantage leads works is pretty cool. I'll tell you real quick. We do direct mail, like I said. Right now, at the current filming of this, they're $25 a piece. We have a subsidy program for our most productive Medicare Advantage agents where upon an initial review of production over a 90-day period of time, we will reduce the cost, if not completely eliminate the cost, where you don't pay anything for your leads depending on how high your production is. Now, sometimes this is a moving target. We change the program from here to there. If you want to learn how it works presently, feel free to reach out to me, davidduford.com/contact. But the point is, guys, is our direct mail program works wonderfully well. All of our top producers that are writing 300, 400, 500, even more policies than that a year, Medicare Advantage plans are all on the direct mail lead system I've just mentioned. And many of those agents at those level of productions, they don't pay anything for their leads. So they are working leads literally for free because they're so good at closing the Medicare Advantage leads that are given to them. So if you're interested in selling Medicare, maybe you already sell final expense, but you're looking to transition in Medicare, this is a great opportunity for you. If you are not on the Medicare train here in the 2020s, you need to be. This is the best time to be in Medicare. There's so many prospects out there that need your help, and you need a system to get in front of those, and you need a system to learn how to sell them. And we at the Ford Insurance Group absolutely can help you with that. And if you're interested in learning more, there should be links above or below. Click those links. It's going to take you to a Medicare page, or if you scroll down the page, you'll eventually see the Medicare section. Click the link there, and you'll see a lot of explainer videos about the business model, how it works, what the details are, and to learn more if working with us is a good fit. So thanks so much for watching. Y'all have a good rest of your day. Take care.